Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. It's Tuesday, it's reset day, which of course means it's time for me to tell you guys what is new in the world of Destiny this week. And this week marks the beginning of the Faction Rally event. This is of course the event where you pledge your allegiance to your chosen faction, participate in a number of different activities throughout the week, and then come October 3rd, whichever faction is victorious, whichever faction has earned the most packages, will then sell a powerful weapon. So if you begin by opening up your director, you can of course check out the map and you can see over on the far left we have New Monarchy, Executor Hideo. Over on the far right in the hangar we have Arekkz for Dead Orbit, and down here we have Lakshmi 2 for Future War Cult. In order to begin this, you'll first need to go to Arekkz. If, by the way, for some reason the vendors aren't showing up for you, just simply log out and log back in. I did this, I loaded directly in at like 10 o'clock and they weren't there to begin with, so I just logged back out and came back in. But of course, speaking to him, to begin with, this will kick off your quest line. Basically, you're going to have to go around and speak to all three of them before you can pledge your allegiance. However, whilst we're here, we'll take a moment to take a look at this weapon. Reminder that the winning faction will sell a powerful weapon, and for Dead Orbit, it is this scout rifle. If you have pledged allegiance to that faction, then come October 3rd, when the winner is announced, this will set you back 1,000 Glimmer. However, if you are on a different faction, you will still be able to buy this, but it will cost you 50,000 Glimmer. So I would recommend, if you have 3 characters, pledging allegiance to each of the factions, so that way, come October 3rd, you can just log on with the character in the corresponding faction and get it for cheap. Not that Glimmer's hard to come by. This one here has a high impact frame. You of course have your options between the IS-5 Circle or the Model 6 Loop sight. You then have the tactical mag for an increase to stability, reload speed, and magazine size, or high caliber rounds. And you then have the option Field Prep, where you get increased ammo reserves and faster reload when crouched. So that is going to be the New Monarchy offering, but of course if you hover over it, you can see that it requires Dead Orbit victory. So if Dead Orbit do not win, you will not be able to get this weapon. Next up, you have Lakshmi 2, of course, representing for Future War Cult. The weapon that she's offering this time round is the Heart of Time Pulse Rifle. This is an Omlon Pulse Rifle. The actual base model for this is a really nice weapon. Definitely one of my favourite Pulse Rifles, so as weapons go, it's actually pretty good. It has rapid fire frame, so deep ammo reserves, slightly faster reload when the magazine is empty. The option between the Candle PS or the Impulse MS3 sights. You also have steady rounds, so greatly increased stability, slightly decreases range, or you have tactical mag. And then finally you have Dragonfly. Precision kills create an elemental damage explosion, so basically Firefly. So that in itself is going to be pretty cool. Then finally, all the way over onto the other side of the tower, you have New Monarchy. This is where I'll be pledging my allegiance. In fact, I'm going to do this right now. You can see it does take quite a while because you are going to have to commit to this for the entirety of the event. But once you've done that, you're rewarded with an emblem for your respective factions. You can then equip that. However, the weapon for New Monarchy is the Interregnum 16. This is a sidearm. This has Cirrus Rapid Fire, so full auto, deeper ammo reserves, slightly faster reload when the magazine is empty. You then have 3 different sights: Tactic SAS, Target SAS, or the Quick Dot SAS. You then have Accurized rounds, or you have high caliber rounds, and finally you have Snapshot sights, so faster time to aim down sights. Base model for this weapon is also very, very nice. I've used this one before. The Cirrus sidearm is just in general quite a nice weapon to use, so when New Monarchy win, this is the weapon that you guys will be able to buy. But anyway, that is pretty much it for that. So now that you've pledged your allegiance, all you need to do is go out and participate in events, Lost Sectors, public events, Crucible matches, strikes, Nightfalls, the raid, anything like that will basically give you faction reputation. You'll then hand in your tokens, you'll get packages, and those packages go towards your faction winning. You can also preview what's available if you guys want to see what you can get. They are, of course, reskins of existing sets. So for the Hunter, it's the Knight Errant set. So it's not exactly new armor, but it is branded for your faction. And you do have these shaders. So for the New Monarchy, you have the New Monarchy Diamonds, which looks really, really cool. I am a huge fan of red anyway, so this is definitely a win for me. And you also have the New Monarchy Regalia, which also looks very, very cool. So if you want to preview them, you can do that, but otherwise jump out, start earning your rewards. Do bear in mind you can also get additional rewards in the packages, so you might not get your faction gear, but these are your options. So that is the faction stuff. But of course, weekly reset, there's other stuff to talk about as well. So if we bring up the director, you of course have your usual selection of powerful gear milestones. The flashpoint this week is on IO, so go over there, do your public events to complete that. Call to Arms, of course, your Crucible one, Clan XP, and Nightfall. Make sure you do those for your 4 powerful engrams for some free loot, so it's definitely worth doing. If you then go over to your destinations, the Nightfall this week is the Pyramidion, and your modifiers are Torrent. So Boundless Power erupts from within. Your abilities recharge much faster. Use them to shatter your foes. So that's going to be pretty fun. That means your melee, your grenades, and your super are going to recharge faster, so that's going to be a fun one to run through. And your timer is 0 hours. So the mission timer cannot be extended. Choose your battles carefully. So unlike previous weeks where you can actually extend the timer by either killing enemies, jumping through hoops, or destroying anomalies, this week you have to run through it fast. But that's of course why they gave us Torrent, because now that our abilities are faster, we'll be able to spam supers, things like that. So this should actually be a really fun Nightfall. I'm going to jump into that later, looking forward to that. But that is your Nightfall this week. Moving on from there to speak to Tess Eververse, this is your selection of items that are being sold this week. You have the Sneaky emote, you also have the Flowing Dance, you have the Hightail Sparrow, the Amplitude PT Ship, the Bandwagon. I don't actually have this one. This one actually looks pretty cool. I might actually buy that one right now. There are also ornaments for the Prospector and for the Tractor Cannon, plus you have arms for your respective gear set this week. A couple of ghosts. Your shade options this week are the Omolon Meteor Gloss, the Arctic Pearl, or the Indigo Matrix. And then of course finally you have your Fire Team medallions. Don't forget that on top of that you also have a new selection of treasure maps from Cade 6, and for those of you guys that want to look at the meditations, then this week your options are either Fury, Sacrilege, or Payback. So these are your 3 meditations this week. You can hit those ones up if you so wish. And that's pretty much it. That is your weekly reset. Of course, the big focus this week is on the faction rally. Reminder that it runs up until October 3rd, so complete as many activities as possible to help out your faction. But either way, everybody wins because you still get some cool gear in the process and at the end. If you have any questions, by all means let me know in the comments down below. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.